All right, welcome to another episode of Conversations for Financial Professionals, where this podcast is shaping the next generation of financial advice. Today, we have Cameron Huddleston. Cameron, you are a award-winning journalist with nearly 20 years of experience about writing personal finance. You've been in Forbes and Kiplinger's and Chicago Tribune and all over the place. You also are a recent author. Congratulations on that. Mom and Dad, we need to talk how to have essential conversations with your parents about their finances. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me.
One of the reasons I wanted to bring you on is that as a new entrepreneur, I answered a Help a Reporter Out Harrow post, and I don't even know if this is still around. Maybe you can inform our viewers, but this whole kind of system to take media members, members of the media, and connect them with experts, professionals in different areas. In this particular instance, finance. And that's how we eventually started working together and kind of befriended one another. And so um, long story short, I think because of our interaction and because of what I know of you from a professional standpoint, I think you are well able to kind of speak to using media to boost your personal brand as an advisor, as a young advisor, as an already existing advisor, and things of that nature. So again, I'm super curious as some of your thoughts today, and glad that you're on with us.
Well, I'm excited to talk about this topic because I think it's important. And I'm not saying that just because I'm a member of the media, but because I've been writing about personal finance for so long and I have worked with so many financial planners over the years, I do see a benefit in trying to get yourself out there, get
Mhm.
yourself recognized as an expert, getting quoted by the media, going on TV, doing radio interviews, doing podcast interviews. I do think there's a benefit in that for financial planners.
Let's take what the state of our world, what everybody's dealing with from a very human level is the pandemic, right? I think the the pandemic presents somewhat of a once in a lifetime type of opportunity from a lot of aspects. And I'm curious as to, just based on what you said, what may financial professionals be kind of missing if they're kind of maybe thinking traditionally about how they should reach out to their ideal client or prospect or whatnot. But do you have any thoughts on that?
I do. I think that the pandemic has forced the financial services industry overall to make a shift. Like,
Mm,
I'm just going to use insurance as an example because I write a lot about insurance for Forbes. So, I mean, very traditional industry, and it was very much face to face. And the pandemic forced insurance companies to really speed up the process of taking things online. There was already a shift beginning where there are online insurance companies where you can go online and get your quote and do everything just from your computer. But a lot more insurers found that they had to suddenly make this transition, like meet with clients and reach out to people using Zoom, like we're doing right now.
yeah.
Um, and I think that it's probably true for financial planners too. You haven't been able to meet face to face. And so you've had to get used to meeting with clients virtually. And, it's certainly a change, but I think that offers a wonderful opportunity because a lot of times people don't have the time to take off from work and get in to meet with a financial planner face to face. I think this virtual meeting m- opens the doors to meeting with a lot more clients. That's my opinion. I don't know if you see the same, but I think that if you can meet with people at night or if you can meet with them on their lunch break and you just hop on the computer and do it, I think it makes the process a lot easier for a lot of people, especially young adults who are so used to doing things online and doing things virtually, and they're not as used to picking up the phone and making a phone call or going to an office and meeting face to face.
No, you make a lot of good points. I want to kind of unpack the notion around what I would feel, let's call an old school advisor or somebody of the old cloth or whatever, that may think that the only way to present a professional approach or demure to a prospective client is to be, in a suit behind a desk in an office. And I just think it's kind of ironic that you bring this up because a lot of clients, to your point, have like the level of convenience because people are busy. People's schedules change all the time. Oddly enough, when I started my business 4 years ago, um, took the approach of, I think I'm going to, primarily be virtual. And if someone wants to meet with me, we'll give them that option instead of vice versa, just because the demographic I was after were, at the time they were traveling 60-70% of the time, and it was just impossible to try to get in front of them on their calendar. So I think you make up a good point, and I think the point you're trying to make, please correct me if I'm wrong, is that COVID has possibly opened up a whole nother segment of business for advisors that are willing to maybe get out of your comfort zone and do the whole Zoom thing or virtual meeting. Is that correct?
Yes, yes, I think so. And I think too, it lets you expand to even more potential clients. You're not limited to just the people in the town
Mm.
where you are located. You can reach out to anyone across your whole state.